This video is for anyone that is looking to get into SMMA or is currently running an SMMA and is struggling to get the process down and it's restricting them from making cash. So who am I to tell you? My name's Dan. I've been in the agency space for 11 years. I've scaled a 7-figure agency and a 6-figure agency. I thought I would put this video together to give you a 4-step simple process that you can follow. So make sure you tune into this video. There is quite a lot of stuff that we're going to be covering. So let's get into it. First of all, niche selection and offer. If you're starting an agency from today, you need to be able to select the right niche and make the right offer, because without good offer positioning, you're restricting yourself from the get-go. How do we select a niche? Now, this is a hot topic. I've done a video on niche selection before, and it is on my YouTube channel. And those of you guys in Client Capital, if you go to the section Niche Clarity, you will find out exactly how we can test different niches. But let me break down a little synopsis for you now. Niche testing is super important. If you're just starting out in agency or you're working in a niche at the moment and you want to kind of change niche, do some niche testing. Best way to do this, pick up the phone, do some market research calls. This means you can call up random companies in that specific niche that you want to test and understand their pain points. Once we understand their pain points and we understand the target avatar, we can then build out a target avatar and a different approach to those stakeholders. Now, every stakeholder has a completely different approach. So if you're targeting local businesses, for example, you're going to target them completely different to, let's say, if you're targeting corporate businesses in comparison to like an economic buyer or a CTO, for example. Then it's about building out an offer that is appealing to an ICP. So we really need to build out an offer that is going to make that ideal customer profile want to buy into us and our agency. So for example, if you are just a lead generation service, Facebook ads, what else could you add to make it so much more attractive and make you stand out in the market? Things like nurturing sequences, turning cold leads into ready to buy leads. Things like implementing AI. Things like basically giving them a white glove service throughout, looking at their infrastructure, seeing how you can actually help their business grow. Then data generation and asset building. How can we build out the data? How can we build out the different assets for the business? So for example, things like value propositions, demo presentations, onboarding plans. This is your first step, right? So this is where you want to start. Just to summarize, test your niche, do some market research calls. Once you've selected your niche, you need to be able to identify your target avatar and approach to different stakeholders. This is super important. Build it out, understand the psychology behind that avatar that you're targeting, and work out the best approach. So for example, you are not going to hit up auto detailers on LinkedIn if they're a one-man band and that's your target avatar. So we need to nail that bit down first, because otherwise you're shooting in the wrong direction. Building out an offer that is appealing to the ICP. So this is about going above and beyond. And then data generation and asset building. So scraping that data effectively, making sure you've got the contacts in place, and then building the assets so you don't have to waste time throughout running your agency on things like building a demo presentation, building value propositions, onboarding, etc. Cool. Then we move on to outreach. Now, this is probably the most important thing when you're first starting out. Yes, you can have an inbound channel. However, when you're first starting out, you don't want to put yourself in a net zero. So stop running inbound. If you are just starting out, you will have no money and you could bankrupt yourself. So don't do that. You want to start with a multi-channel outreach. So if you know the Capital framework, you know the Capital Triad system that we use. If you don't, implement a multi-channel outreach. So this is targeting different prospects at different times with different channels. Okay. For example, Loom, cold calling, voicemail drops, LinkedIn, email marketing, the list goes on. Okay. So that's what we need to do to be able to target different prospects, different times, different channels. Then where most people go wrong, I cannot emphasize this anymore, guys, is tracking your data effectively. So when it comes to your outreach, if you are not tracking your data, you're tracking your success rates, then you're not going to be able to improve on those outreach efforts and you're going to have the same struggles every single day. We need to be able to use the data that we're effectively tracking to improve our outreach efforts. Now, we then move on to how can we personalize and automate where we can. Now, you cannot automate everything and you cannot personalize everything, okay? Because you will be wasting time if you're personalizing everything, and if you're automating everything, then you're doing it wrong. Because as an agency owner, when you first start out, you cannot automate absolutely everything. For example, like you can't automate cold calling at the moment. I know AI is taking over, but realistically, not right now. So you want to be able to personalize and automate when you can. Okay, so things like email marketing. How can we construct a personalized and automated email campaign sequence that goes directly to our target avatar in the right way? Then we need to look at providing value before they ask. Okay, so before asking, we need to provide some value. What else can we do to provide some significant value when we're first starting out to show that we are different in the industry? Don't just hit them with a shitty outreach message without giving them something of value. It is the same with everything in life. If someone gives you value, just like this video right now, you would probably want to book a call. Okay, it's the same thing. Then nailing the sales. Okay, so defining the sales process for your target avatar. This is super important. Again, we need to make sure, is it going to be a discovery demo process or is it a one-call close? Okay. If it's a discovery demo, which is what I suggest when you're first starting out because you can identify the pain points, provide a viable solution, then that's your sales process. That's your two-step sales process, and we can tailor our approach to accommodate for that. If you're targeting really low-end local businesses, no point doing a discovery, and you just want to go straight for a discovery/demo in a one-call close, okay? Because likelihood is they're not even going to turn up to the second call. So while we've got them on that call, we want to be able to close them. Have a clear proposal process. I cannot tell you how important this is, guys. So many agency owners when they first start out, and yes, I can tell you this because I've scaled over 100 agency owners now. So many agency owners, when they first start out, what they do is they spend so much time on the demo presentation that is like 9 to 20 slides long, right? You're going to lose interest. That prospect is not going to enjoy the pitch. It doesn't get filled with value. It's not straight to the point, okay? What we need to be able to do is get straight to the point. Be concise. Show them the data that we want to show them. Show them how we can improve their business. Take them from point A to point B. So if you're currently watching this video and you've got a demo presentation that is longer than 9 slides and it's got unnecessary BS in there because you think it looks great, take it out. Hone down on the things that actually matter to your business. Hence why, guys, we do... Oh, sorry, I moved that. Hence why what we do is the identifying target avatar and approach, okay? Because if we can understand our target avatar, we can tailor our sales process approach. Cool. Then learn to overcome the common objections for your industry. Number one, this is like another massive failure that people have, okay? What they do is they don't overcome the same objections that they get passed on a daily basis. So if you are doing 5 demos or 5 sales calls a week and you're still getting the same ones, price, trust, value, whatever it is, and you don't know how to overcome those objections, then you just keep facing them and then you're not improving the sales process. So it goes back to tracking your data, looking at the objections that you're struggling to handle, learning how to handle those objections, learning how to overcome the different approaches. So for example, if they hang up on the sales call, well, why is that? We don't rinse and repeat the same thing and say, oh yeah, we were unlucky. We have data for a reason. So if you are an agency owner right now that has 5 demos a week and your close rate is 2%, or you don't even know your close rate, you are doing something wrong. And it is likely that you don't know how to overcome objections properly. You're not getting straight to the point. You don't have a clear proposal process, and you're not defining that sales process based on your ICP. So restructure it based on this video. Improve with feedback properly, okay? If you don't close someone, there is no harm in staying in touch with that specific prospect if you've had a good call, okay? Find out why. Understand there's no harm in giving them a call and say, look, I appreciate you didn't want to go ahead with my service. I'd love to know why. If we can understand why, then we can start to create a pattern of data and we can understand where we are going wrong. Remember, any business is all about learning. I've burnt down businesses from the ground as well, right? And I've burnt them up all the way up to 6 and 7 figures. So it's all about learning. It's all about improving. It's okay. You can do the improvement process properly by tracking the data. Cool. And then customer success and fulfillment. So this is really important. Customer success is how you increase LTV, so lifetime value of a customer, and fulfillment is obviously part of your service. So we want to outline expectations properly from the start. Again, another common mistake that agency owners make, to this day still is promising the world once they sign a client, because they're super excited that they've signed their first client or their second client or their third client. Don't set BS expectations. Outline proper expectations. Explain to them that it might take a couple of weeks for you to start seeing results, or even a month, dependent on your service, okay? If you do that, you're going to set the tone for a good relationship. Then create a customer success framework. And what do I mean by that? Looking at how many times you want to contact that customer. How can you provide additional value? How can you provide them data, right? This is going to lead on to this point here, which is upselling effectively. In agencies, we want to make money through upsells as well, right? If someone's paid once for a service, they're going to pay again if they're happy, which is great. So whether that be from performance-based to a retainer, or whether that be adding additional services to help them grow, maybe recruitment, Google Ads, whatever it is, okay? That is how you're going to be able to get into that business. And last but not least is outsource the tasks that you can. From the beginning, don't outsource anything. You want to learn the process. If you don't know the process, join Client Capital and you will understand the whole process. If you still don't know the process after that, come and message me directly and I'll come and help you. But that's not going to be the case. But outsource the tasks that you can. Because by outsourcing the effective tasks, once you've got a few clients, you're then going to be able to leverage your time. And your time is the most important resource for your business. So just if I zoom out here just to do a little bit of a summary for you guys, especially for you guys that are new. Apologies, I'm new to Miro, so that's why I'm moving things about. Niche selection and offer, okay? We need to be looking at the niche testing, the market research, the identifying target avatar and approach to stakeholders, building an offer that's appealing to an ICP, data generation and asset building. We then go on to outreach, multi-channel outreach, tracking your data effectively, personalizing and automating where you can, providing value before asking, nailing the sales process. We need to define the sales process for your target avatar, whether that's a 1-step, 2-step, whatever it is. Have a clear proposal process so we're nice and concise. Learn to overcome the common objections for your industry and improve with feedback properly. And last but not least, customer success and fulfillment. Outline the expectations from the start properly. Create a customer success framework, outsource the task when you can, and upsell effectively. So I hope this video helps you guys just understand a quick, no BS, straight to the point, how to get clients, how to fulfill, how to remove the bottlenecks in your agency. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you do subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.